Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Carl, and in this video, I'm gonna share with you the biggest mistake I made when I was a first-year medical student. And like most beginners, I made a lot of mistakes when I first started in med school. But the biggest one by far is studying hard. Here's what happened. Now, when I was in first year of med school, I always thought that reading books from cover to cover would make me understand and remember every important information there is to know. I would highlight each word on every single page, reread it 3 to 5 times, and I would do this up until past midnight just to get the content to stick to my memory. I was feeling optimistic about my current strategy and thought to myself, this is the method that got me through my pre-med, so probably this will also help me through med school. But I was wrong. And as time went by, there's an increasing volume of books and topics to consume. I was getting overwhelmed. Over the next few months, I started rejecting friend invites to hang out on weekends. I spent less time with my family, and I only got 4 to 5 hours of sleep just so I can have more hours to reread my notes and books. And I justified the hustle I was doing by saying to myself that I have this dream to become a doctor, and this is the only way I know how to reach it. And then over the next few months, all the stress of long hours of studying and being sleep deprived began to pile up. And I told myself, this is not sustainable, and eventually something's gonna give. But things changed when I was in second year of medical school. There was a YouTube video I accidentally clicked on when I was randomly scrolling through my feed, and it said that in school we're always taught what to study but not how. And that was my epiphany. I had a sudden realization that there's a different path I can take to make my studying feel less like a heavy lift. I had to make a change. And in that moment, I finally realized that I have to study smarter, not harder. And I felt excited to finally learn the methods of how to learn. I devoured books about how to study efficiently and improve my memory. I rapidly consumed books like Moonwalking with Einstein and Make It Stick, and apply the principles of the memory palace, active recall, and spaced repetition quickly to my studies. But before all of this happened, I was always tense, nervous, like always being on the edge. But I didn't know if what I was doing was even right. All I knew was that it was working at that time. Well, sort of. But after incorporating the changes to my study habits, I began to study more efficiently, and that freed up my own time to be with my family and friends, and I even got to sleep 7 to 8 hours per night. And the changes, I would say, were massive. But it's also worth acknowledging that making this mistake taught me a ton. And I wanted to share this story to you because I hope you don't make the same mistakes I did in the beginning, and that there's a more sustainable way of studying in med school without compromising other areas of your life. And that you can, and you should, have a life outside of med school, because you absolutely need a support system of family and friends to survive it. And I hope that you will also consider rethinking your strategy for studying, that there's a different but more efficient way of learning about things, and though it appears difficult and non-intuitive at first. And yes, doing a lot of practice tests and implementing spaced repetition into your studies will be hard at first, but remember, the harder the brain works to retrieve information, the better the retention of the study material. And this is why I encourage everyone to see their mistakes and failures as necessary steps along the path, and that there's always a lesson to be learned. Now, if you want to know more about studying in medical school, check out this playlist over here, which has some of those videos. Now, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.